Heart disease still remains the leading cause of death among men and women in the U.S., and the CDC says just under 800,000 Americans suffer a heart attack each year. Good evening, I'm Abby Kirk. But studies show millions are unaware of what the symptoms actually are. Isaiah Martinez talked to people in Chattanooga and is in the studio to share out what they know.
Abby, the American Heart Association revealed some interesting numbers based on a 2017 survey, one that doctors say should be a cause of concern and something they should take action on in order to save lives.
The problem with that is they don't show up to the hospital, they don't show up to the doctor's office, and then they likely die from those symptoms.
A medical emergency that sends hundreds of thousands of men and women to the ER every year, the heart attack.
I have to get people to the hospital immediately, and if they need to have a procedure, have it right away.
Angela Hawk says it's just that simple. But what if noticing the signs aren't?
Me walking around, I wouldn't know if somebody was having a heart attack or, any other thing. I wouldn't know the difference.
Neither can millions of Americans, according to the American Heart Association. Based on a 2017 study surveying 25,000 adults, nearly 1 out of every 2 Americans can't name all the main symptoms of a heart attack.
It's somewhat surprising.
I talked to a few Chattanoogans to see which ones they knew.
I would say chest pain would be the most common.
Sometimes women get pain down their left arm.
Jaw pain, tightness in your chest or shortness of breath.
Feeling lightheaded or faint is a common one as well. Together, they were able to name them all, but individually, there were some missed. The study also shows 6% of the participants weren't aware of any of the signs. Erlanger doctors say this lack of knowledge can be dangerous.
We have to train people every year, and we always have to be cognizant of the fact that this is continued education and learning about what the signs and symptoms of a heart attack are,
so that people can react and get help immediately.
I would expect that the earlier they realize that that's what's going on, the more likely you'd be to get treatment and not have a life-threatening issue, I guess.
And I spoke to a nurse from Erlanger Hospital, and she told me symptoms for heart attacks in women can often be a little different. Signs like nausea and sweating tend to happen more often in females, so it's that much more important to be aware and knowledgeable. Abby.
Thank you, Isaiah. The American Heart Association says out of all Americans suffering heart attacks each year, 15% of them die from it.